Welcome to Flashpoint Friday, a weekly series where I select one game at random from Flashpoint's archives and give it a try. And maybe, just maybe, the game might actually be good. Hey there, Nostril here with a quick content warning. This episode does contain scenes of cartoon blood and gore, so if you think that might bother you, you might want to consider clicking off this video. Hello everyone, welcome back to Flashpoint Friday, and this week we have a game from Newgrounds, and it's a submission for Pico Day 2007. For those who may not be familiar, Pico Day is an annual tradition at Newgrounds for quite some time now, and it was originally meant, as the name indicates, to be a day for content creators on Newgrounds to create flash animations and games and whatnot surrounding the character of Pico and his various violent misadventures. Pico is essentially one of Newgrounds' oldest, if not the oldest, mascot characters. Tom Fulp made Pico's school way back in the day, and he's been a fixture of Newgrounds ever since. So this is one of the submissions for Pico Day 2007. I should probably warn viewers up front, and I'll probably put a disclaimer even before this episode begins. Expect a lot of violence with this, so let's just move on though. Pico's surprise birthday party. Click screen to continue. So the controls looks like are the arrow keys to move, and you press down to roll or backflip, depending on if you're on the floor or in the air. Tap and hold the direction you want to roll at before rolling. When rolling back flipping, you can't get hurt. Use it. Okay, that sounds useful. Pico will automatically aim at the nearest enemy. When shooting, Pico will keep aiming at the current enemy. Last tip about enemies, if you don't see blood, you didn't hit it. Yeah, so bloody violence is a staple of the Pico series. So we're at Pico's school, April 30th, 2007. Darnell, didn't you say that you want to take Pico somewhere? Huh? You told me that you want to show Pico something. Today, the April 30th? Oh, yeah, now I remember. Of course. Come on, man, we gotta go. What? Go where? I'll show you when we get there. Trust me, you won't regret it. Okay. Bye. Bye, Pico. It's Pico's birthday party. Come get your invitation. It's going to be the best party ever. Don't be late. Pico would be so surprised. See you tonight. Greetings, fellow female classmate. May I take part in this social activity that's being planned for tonight? Sure, Geeko. Well, let's see what this party is all about. Tonight, crazy surprise birthday party. His parents are out of town. Come to celebrate. Don't be late. Okay? Pico's birthday, eh? Well, he's going to be real surprised. Later that day, at Pico's house. Shh, he's coming. And there it is, folks. The carnage has started. A few minutes later... I don't know what the f*** is going on. I bet it's gotta do something with all those nerds, geeks, and heavy metal freaks that are walking around my house. Well, it's party time. Oh boy, yep. So, here we go. Pico's brandishing his dual Uzis, which I think he uses a lot with these games. I'm really not that familiar with Pico games. I've only seen a few people play them. Haven't really played them myself, but I'm kind of glad I did though, because I knew what I was in for. As you can see, it's quite the bloodbath at this with these party crashers shooting up all of the attendees. Oh, and I blew his head off. Okay, yep. Definitely going to have to put a disclaimer at the start of this episode. And we got a giant old bat. Some text, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay, so it looks like you can't damage the bat unless it's getting ready to strike. So this game definitely timing plays a huge part in it. Let's see. I'm gonna kill the idiot who locked himself in my room. Yeah, okay. And then I'm already pissed. Okay. So I guess we have no choice but to move on into the next room. Yep, and I timed that dodge wrong. Oh, and multiple enemies are starting to approach. Gotta time it just right. Okay, so the bats aren't too difficult once you've got their patterns down. So yeah, it's nerds and metal geeks that are the cause of all this carnage, I guess. Alright, let's see what we got. We got another gun-toting enemy here. Okay, took him out. Let's move on. There we go. Managed to dodge the lethal belch. Let's move on. More bats. Oh, and he got me. Ooh, nasty. Press space to retry. Okay. Alright, well, at least the game is decent enough to put you back in the last room you were in, rather than having you start over completely. So, you just need to be a little more careful, I guess. These enemies are quite the bullet sponges, especially considering that they're kids, but there we go. Okay. But I think I'm getting their patterns down pretty well. The possible exception of the gun-wielding ones. Those ones, the timing still kind of throws me off a bit. But this is one of those games where you just kind of have to learn the patterns. I don't know if there are going to be any more enemies, but... Whoop. Darn it. Yeah. I really have to practice my timing with the gun-wielding ones. Well, if it isn't Pico. Shut up before I shoot you. Still using primitive weapons? Just wait until you see this little laser box in action. Show me what you got. So, this is a boss, I guess. Oh, wow. Yep. Of course, I was pretty low on health, so... Let's go ahead and try that again. Okay, so it's a big purple laser I gotta look out. Do I have to get around him? Okay, yeah. I think his shield force field only protects his front, so you gotta jump over him and try to shoot him from behind. I got him. Okay. What did that say? Don't be stupid, take the sword. Ah, is there the sword up here, I guess? Press space. Okay. Sword taken. What do you want me to do with it, though? Because I think I'm going to still be using the dual-wielding Uzis here. So I guess there's persistence. Once you've cleaned out a room, it stays... it stays cleared out. I need something sharp to cut these boards. Well, I did pick up that sword. Okay, so there's a bit of an inventory, kind of almost in the style of point-and-click adventures, but obviously it's very simplified. This is an action game first and foremost. More of these... Oh no. Oh no, I've caused multiple enemies to spawn in. Was I damaged there after that gun-toting kid died? It seemed like it. So, this game might be a bit buggy. Okay. I think what I'll do pretty soon is that... oh, there we go. I died. I think I'll go ahead and, regardless of whether I live or die in this room, I'll go ahead and call it after that. Because this is a pretty good primer for what to expect for this game, I think. Ouch. I timed that wrong. Yeah, something tells me I'm not going to make it for this one. Oh my gosh, there's so many. There we go. Got that one, at least. Oh, yeah. Didn't get the timing quite right for those laser ones, so... Alright. I think I've seen enough for now, though, but, yeah, I'll go ahead and, meet you folks back at the splash screen, because I don't think there's a way to get back to a menu screen of sorts normally with this. So that's Pico's surprise birthday party, and yeah, it's more or less what I was expecting from a Pico fan game, a blood-soaked tribute to the violent misadventures of Pico and the gang. I'll freely admit that I'm not a Pico fan, as you could probably tell by my tone of voice throughout the video. I find the premise to be too immature for my taste, if I'm being perfectly honest. That said, I know it has its fan base, and I think they'll enjoy this, as the game does capture the essence of what made Pico so popular with millions of edgy teens to begin with. It might be a bit rough around the edges here and there gameplay-wise, but its dodging and pattern memorization is fun in a 2D Souls-like kind of way. I think if you're someone like me who doesn't really like Pico, this isn't going to convert you anytime soon. But if you are a fan, or someone who likes fast-paced action and doesn't mind the Pico setting, you're probably going to get a fair bit of enjoyment out of this. So, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Flashpoint Friday, and take care, everyone.